Hey, I'm Leyla Acaroglu. I'm a designer and a sociologist. I'm a really big advocate for design-led change and the circular economy and systems thinking. I run a school called the Unschool of Disruptive Design, and I help companies, governments, and individuals around the world think differently about the problems that we face so that we see them as opportunities and can start to solve them. Circular design is all about thinking in systems and understanding the complexity of the systems that we have around us. So from, the systems that help us live in cities to getting us food, through to the really complex systems that nature has in order to have all of those beautiful resources that we need. So circular design is really about thinking through the complexity of systems to have new ideas emerge out of them. The really critical things is moving from a linear, which is the current economy, where we take things out of the ground, we process them into materials, and then a lot of the time we do waste them. So this is a linear economy, and the circular economy is finding ways of making the things that we need in society circular, meaning they don't have losses or waste. So when we look at that from a design perspective, it really shifts the way we create products into what we call product service systems. It uses a scientific understanding of the way materials impact the environment so that we can find out their properties and figure out how to use them in more effective and efficient ways. So I think that it's really important to see circular design and the circular economy as this exciting opportunity to redesign the way we get services and to create value exchanges between customers and products and governments so that we are reusing the positive materials and processes in the economy in really effective ways. Well, designers are really important in society because they're basically the social scripters that influence the rest of us. Design isn't just about, making things look good or feeling comfortable. Essentially, design is the tool that humans have created to construct the world that makes life good and fun and easy and accessible. So design is incredibly powerful. It's not the only big scripter, but it is extremely important. And we design governments, we design products, we design services. So the role of the designer is to be the constant explorer, is to see the universe and everything that we have around us as a big opportunity puzzle. And that we have this set of tools that we learn in whatever practice we have as a designer to try and reconfigure the mysteries of the world so that we can design a future that works better. And I say that because the future's not defined. Designers are really influential in dictating the kinds of trends that we have, from technology through to even social trends, like what's cool and what's not. And so it's incredibly important that designers have the intent to create things that make the world work better. Okay, so the most important thing is to identify your sphere of influence and realize that every individual has agency in the world. When we're little, we don't have a huge amount because our parents are basically telling us what to do. But as we get older and we get skills and we study and we experiment with how things work in the world, we become more agentized, which is totally a word I made up. And so the first thing to do is realize where you are right now. What part of the system can you influence? Some people have huge amounts of power and other people are just starting off on their career path. But everyone has the capacity to educate themselves, to see the world as a series of beautiful, chaotic, complex systems, find out the way in which you can fill your own knowledge gaps, and start to experiment with change, right? How do you construct a narrative that gets your friends or family to care about the things you care about? And if you're in a powered position in a company, then start to look at how you can level up the conversation and shift away from sustainability being some nominal add-on to the reality, which is that we all need to find ways of living on this planet in a positive and regenerative way. And I think that most people have a really deep sense of purpose when it comes to people and the planet and all of the things that we enjoy. And so finding ways of connecting with other people who share those goals in their life to start to create collaborations and projects that help really solve the problems. If you want a really simple way to start doing something, go to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17. Pick one and just start thinking, connecting, collaborating, and experimenting around how you can make change in any one of these really important areas that we have to help make the future a much more sustainable, beautiful, and regenerative place than it is today.